My name is Harseerat. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about Google Presentations versus Prezi. For introduction, Prezi and Google Docs are both excellent ways to make attractive presentations to share with your audience. While there are many differences and similarities, cons and pros, Google Presentations and Prezi are both great options for you to use. Throughout this presentation, you will learn many new things about Google Presentations and Prezi. Now let's talk about the fancy features of both. You can access both from any internet browser, whether it's Ethernet, Internet Explorer, or Mozilla Firefox. Both allow you to share presentations with up to 10 people chatting. Both have two options for sharing: the editorial option and the visual option. In the visual option, when you email it to someone, they can look over it, but they can't correct it, unlike in the editorial option. In the editorial option, they can go over, find any mistake you've made, and click on it and fix it however they want to. And they both have many different templates to choose from. Let's talk about Google Presentations Pros. Google Presentations is free for anyone with a Gmail account. It's simple to use, but if you still have difficulties learning how to use it, there are many tutorials and videos you can look at and learn how to play. You can track your history to keep everything in files in order, so you can go back in your history and click on a file, and you can open up a recent presentation you have made. This presentation tool is offered through Google, obviously, because it's called Google Presentation, which is from Google Documents. That's a pro because Google is a great site where if you ever have a problem with what they've made, you can just tell them and they will fix it for you. They listen to their customers. Some cons about Google Presentations are that if you want to see your finished presentation in full screen, it's not quite full screen, because when you click on it, it just opens it in a new tab without the buttons. If you run into a problem while you're doing your presentation in front of your audience, it's very difficult to fix it. And the animation option isn't the best option either, because while the animation is running, you can't press any other buttons on your slide. Now, we should talk about Prezi. Some pros about Prezi are, rather than having to shuffle through different slides to get to a particular one you want to show your audience, you just zoom in and zoom out of wherever you want to go. Because the presentation is so visual, which means it is the colors and different patterns, they will help keep your audience remember what they've learned. Because what good is a presentation if you learned so many new things, but you went home and forgot them? Your audience will also be more engaged and more interested in your presentation. Teachers and students can use Prezi for free, and I will talk about this more on the next slide. The price range is $59 to $159. For $59, you can have more storage and you can make more presentations. But if you pay $159 per person, you don't even have to have the watermark of Prezi, which means the logo won't be on every presentation you make. The coloring and font schemes are very limited. There are some, but there aren't many compared to Google Documents. If you have a free account, Prezi puts its logo on all of your presentations, as I mentioned before. The chat feature requires a phone number or Skype. If you don't have a phone number or Skype, you can't chat with other people about your presentation. For the summary, as you can see, Google Presentations and Prezi are both excellent choices for presentations. They both have many similarities, differences, pros, and cons. It just depends on which one is right for you, whether you want to make a more visual presentation or a more typical, everyday, bold one. Vágj ka khalsa, vágj ki fateh.
See that your time 4 minutes and 49 seconds. Great presentation. I think the thing I want to really highlight in this presentation is your confidence level. The way you stood in front of the audience, the way you talked, every word you had control on your speech. You had a command on your speech on every word. So you controlled it. I like that part. You were displaying that you're the most confident person in this whole room. You know, your body language, everything was so right, just there. And then you have a presentation which is going smoothly. That's what we're talking about. Future, great speaker. That's all of you are.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Very
So,
nice.
Good job, Dad. Good job, Dad. And now we'll say